child abuse racket. With Taylor, Brace Kick, Grove, and Peterman. So those are going to be the ones that are going to say my contracts when I was a kid is why my dad was abusing people and my mom wasn't. She was abused by my father because financially he could have paid for all the abuse on the contract that the prosecutor and the police did to him when I was in high school. And then they further on did it to him, which obviously led into the in Holtz situation, the situation in Hillsborough, me transferring and having the transfer paperwork, and Chris Peterman saying he got set up by that because Taylor was going to say she got set up by Brenda Carney because they transferred me, and Taylor got set up by Shelly Short too. Brenda Carney and Shelly Short. Oh God, and Jen Waters' husband, Josh Schneider, which is Jen Schneider or some shit now. I don't really fucking care. Either way, you guys are a bunch of morons on your little child abuse racket, because that just proves that you guys were abusing kids to set me up on, because you could never rape me. So what you do is you use the contracts against me as lawyers and badge police officers, and then you use your CCOM racket to continue to abuse the person into either abusing themselves or abusing somebody else and calling that abuse and saying that that kid and or adult abused a parent and you witnessed it. It's kind of like when I was a kid and the child abuse thing was going on and shit, and then I became 18. Well, once I was 18 and me and my dad went toe to toe, well, dude, I was a grown adult and nobody could say shit. Just like Jen Waters said when I was 21. Wait, I was 21 or 22 when I got transferred to her. She was my PO when I got transferred out of Hillsborough back to her. She even said, and she was the domestic abuse PO. It's different, though, for, a man and a son that are adults that get in an honest fight to fight each other, in an honest fight, like, hey, I'll pay you $75 to mow the lawn. No, I don't want to do it right now. I got shit to do. Well, I'm your dad. I'm telling you to do it. No, fuck you. I'll do it tomorrow. Did you just say fuck you? And then we just start fighting. Like, don't talk to me like that, shit like that. Now, as a child abuse racket prior to that, so they were using all the contracts to get me on child abuse, just like using Dale Boyd's kids, John Boyd and Chase Boyd in 2011 before my dad died, because Chris Peterman thought he could make bribery where he could use the Boyds to set their kids up for kidnapping and make my dad a kidnapper and a child abuser, because my dad was set up on child abuse by the Gray family for not abusing me. They were abusing me and my father and the whole Boom family, using Peterman the whole time. And a bunch of people knew about it. And Peterman doesn't want that out. He doesn't want that talked about. And he wants it all to be lies against him and all my court records to be made up, and him to defend everybody and say that he was the big time guy who came in and saved the Gray family and was actually Pearl Gray's pro bono lawyer. And that's why he had to know Keith and Ricky and Danny Gray, and all of that, because, he's a family friend and he knows the family a little bit, but really he was just making bribes, trying to get people hurt, to have me and my dad murdered, and then have the state stick up for our murders and say we deserve to die. Kind of like if you wanted to play the Punisher, and then you know how that guy does, Thomas Jane, in the first movie, he fucking goes, he gets killed, he comes back, and all that shit, he fucking Chris Peterman is playing like he could do that shit. It would also be in a simulation with what they said in Good Sam about me when I went in and did that job after I got the living shit beat out of me. A cast put on my arm, fucking full scars taken out of the back of my head, and shit like that. It's this. Edward Norton and Red Dragon. And they were calling me Edward Norton, and they asked, well, how'd you get the fucking guy to, how'd you catch the guy? Well, I got him to kill me. That's what Edward Norton did in Red Dragon. Well, unlike what Red Dragon, Chris ain't arrested, and this guy can come back and attack me and anybody I'm around at any time, and he's done it many times. He's a complete piece of shit, and he uses his bar license to say that I and other people that are contracted should not have immunity to talk against him, should not have immunity to shut his law firm down, and he's working with Tiffany and O'Shea in a racketeering operation that gives him state and federal power to have immunity with any judge like Judge William Marshall and Judge Anne Marie Simmons or anything in any court. And he feels comfortable saying that and doing that as long as he's in his comfortable zone in his territory, which is his law office in all of Roseburg, Oregon.